Welcome. Hey, hello. Swadika. How are we doing? I'm not sure. Oh, I have to change my setting because it's set right now. I'm in Thai setting. Well, welcome. And I hope you're all doing well. Happy Sunday evening. In US, it's 10:45. In I think the spring is here. I think the time had changed. It's an hour. It's spring forward, so it's an hour in advance. Just want to welcome all of you. Hey, yes, exactly. How are we doing? Welcome. Happy Sunday. I know you're welcome to send me heart. Nothing wrong with giving love. Swadika. Um, I have to change it to. I have to change my font. Okay, right now it's in Thai for both of it because my device is is connected. So for some reason it's it's in Thai. Welcome. I know, isn't that strange? Okay, so I think it was yesterday. Okay, so yesterday was it yesterday? I'm not sure. I can't remember. Remember I did the glass jelly. Anyway, so you know how I tried to follow the direction and direction was incomplete, right? So I did ask it how I understood it. So I thought it was good. So the next morning I went to condense some more. Okay, put it back on the pot and condense it. So I got this much left. Okay, so I never seen anything so sad. Okay, let me see. As far as I'm concerned, I won't do it again. Okay, let me show you what I got. Okay, so after I condense it, I have it. I have jelly. Okay, it rather yeah, it's condensed, very condensed. Okay, very condensed. Yeah, it's I'm not worried about eating it because it's not enough to destroy anything. Okay, so I went to condense it. So how I did that yesterday, was it yesterday? I'm not sure. Maybe the day before. Okay, it was on Friday. Okay, so on Saturday morning I checked on my product. It didn't do anything. Okay, it did not form. It wasn't hardened. So I went ahead and poured everything back in a pot and I stirred for about another hour until the water evaporated. Okay, so then I put in the fridge for all that time being. So let me show you what I have. Okay, it's edible still. Okay, so I can do the drink still. Okay, so it's just that it may not look the way it's supposed to be, because I did everything I could translate backward. So all right, so it's a little charcoal. Okay, I mean it's edible. I'm not gonna even try it on anybody, but I'm gonna try it on me. Right, I'm gonna do just a little bit. Okay, see if it works. But I'll show you the real version of glass jelly. Okay, like I said, you know, this is a lot of work to to get that. Okay, I got that part all right, but then it was pretty dingy, dangy, dark. So I've forgotten how the original picture looked like. Okay, so all right, let's make a drink out of this. So I have the coconut milk beverage. I'm gonna shake it and I'm gonna go ahead and pour it in here just a little bit, just to show you how it would look like. Okay, so okay, so that's fine. Okay. So it's not discouraging that we should not follow the foreign's recipe. That's why I never put Cambodian recipe for you in English speaking, because I make sure that I simplify it in basic English. You know what? It's not bad at all. Okay? I got it. So to make it work, forget about what was the word? Something oven. Okay, but like I think it's put in the oven and then supposed to stir occasionally for 15 minutes. And then after 15 minutes, lower the heat and do another 20 minutes. That didn't work. So I did that. The jelly was too mushy. It was not like, it's just like a bad gelatin. It's not formed. Okay, so I pour everything out. Remember, I put in a little cup and it didn't work, so I pour everything out and put in the pot, and I did on like a low heat, and I stir for about an hour to condense this, and of course it looked like charcoal. Okay, so the GrassJelly. So that's a GrassJelly. Okay, so I think I'll cold jelly. It didn't alternate the flavor. Okay, so the flavor got a little bit stronger because it was condensed. Okay, so when it said condensed, they want it to be condensed. What I did, it was not enough condensation. Okay, so it's edible. So that is like in the drink. So I went and got some. So I went and got the real one. Okay, so this, remember I told you that if it does not work, we're gonna do the can. Okay, so this is the can. Okay, it's beautiful jelly. It said in Chinese, surprisingly, I can't read. So it's a GrassJelly. It's a jelly. The in French too. I can't read it, but it's a GrassJelly in here. Okay, so we're just gonna open it, we'll chop it up and make drink out of it. So if you don't want to suffer what I suffered, you can go ahead and get this. Okay, it's easy. It had okay the spice of that. Okay, so it looked like that. Okay, don't shut me down. Okay, so and then I went and got the premium quality called Toddy Palm seeds. Okay, Toddy Palm seed is like, it's another, it's a baby version of coconut, young coconut. And I also have the young coconut in the frozen. Now it got thawed already. Okay, so we're gonna add all this wonderful stuff in it. Okay, let me undo the package so that way we can add into this. Okay, I'm pretty sure that this is edible. Okay, it already changed the color into like a little brownish color, almost like chocolate drink now. Okay, so yeah, it's edible. It's just not looking too pleasant. Okay, if you don't mind the unpleasancy, by all means, help yourself. But disregard the direction, because the direction that I follow with that 15 minute, 20 minute of that stirring, it did not work. Because it did not work. So in order for it to work, have to stir until the water evaporated. Okay, I should have used only 1 cup of water, and then don't take too long to the water to evaporate. You know, they should have used common sense. Why have me do 4 cups of water? Luckily, I didn't use 8 cups. It was like 6 cups, right? 7 cups, and then have to stir until water evaporated. That was like no-brainer. You know, next time I have to like analyze and think before I start doing this thing, because it's so funny now. You know, the foreign direction. Like I know I have problems just reading English direction, let alone trying to learn Vietnamese. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and open all these baby, okay? All these baby here, so we can add into, because I have the real glass jelly here. We're gonna cut this open. We're gonna open this up, and I'll let you know. I'll let you see how it look like inside, okay? It's just like jelly, professionally done. It wasn't. I did not blame myself entirely, you know. But I could have used common sense on that. It would have saved me a lot of time, and yeah, you know. So I thought that it would be like gelatin, you know, once you're done blending and that let it sit in the cold, that it's gonna oxidize, it's gonna transform into a little jelly. You know, it wasn't like that. It was like what I left it that night. It was exactly same thing in the morning. There's no transformation, there was no oxidation, there was nothing of sort. It was just like lap, not like just like, yeah. That was a lesson learned for that, and never again I'll do that again. If I do that again, it'll be another side of the earth. So here we go. Okay, it looked like in the picture. There you go. So, it does smell a little funky, and that's what it's supposed to smell. Let me rinse it a little bit. So, whatever they add in here to make it look like this, I'm gonna read, okay? Hold on. Oh my goodness. Look how tiny the print is, meaning that they don't want you to learn or see what's in there. Even I use magnifying glasses, like stethoscope. I don't think it even works, okay? Oh. The ingredient: water, melasona, Chinese extract water, mesona. I think it must be the plant that we learned about the other day, remember? Yeah. So, look at that. This is like, I have to like do like 16 inches, 20 inches to be able to like read it. Never mind that. I don't know, shoot. So anyway, we just gonna enjoy the time being, okay? So look at that. Smell the same? This one is fresher. Yeah, this one like a little bit funkier because probably in the can too long. Okay, so how do we do this? Okay, let me open up all the ingredients and we're gonna mix this together tonight, okay? But this brother worked though, you know what I mean? It's already funky, but if you don't see me back up tomorrow, you know what happened to me. Just kidding. You say, "Do not eat it, Chef. That doesn't look good." I got you. I eat first. I was born in Cambodia. I grew up on the dirt, so I probably eat worse than that. But that look almost like. Would you like to hear a beautiful childhood story of mine? You know, we all go through terrible one, terrible two. I think that's what happened. The little girl is going through a terrible one. Okay, so it like sounds like a terrible right now because she didn't want to take nap. She wanted to scream all the time. She demand this, demand that. I'm like, 1 year old, and I'm 63 years old, and she couldn't do all that. So I now I'm thinking about maybe I should get a part-time job, full-time job somewhere. Nanny. Right now, I don't know. I want to deal with a terrible one, terrible two babies. You know, I'm done raising 6 of them already. All the terrible I went through, a terrible me too, because I have my own terrible. I had a terrible, cantankerous attitude for living with all the terrible babies. But it was like terrible 9 months. Luckily, only about 6 or 7 months they're all out. Terrible 1, terrible 2, up to about terrible 18. And like, I'm moving out. I can't stay in here. And then after they move out, I said, Mom, you know, it's not a bad idea if you move in with us. You know, I lost a childhood moment with you. I would love to like have you back, Mommy. You know, yeah, been there, done that. Okay. If my kid would watch me, they was like, I hate it when she mentions us online. You know? Don't hate me, okay? Just love me because it's true. I deal with all kind of terrible marriage, terrible men, terrible leaders, terrible neighbors. So the toddy palms look like this, okay? I love toddy palm, okay, because in Cambodia we grow them. Somebody said the other day that this is related to coconut. Okay, all right. Okay, so toddy palm. This one is too mature, okay, because it's almost like an old coconut, you know. It's chewy. Oh. Man, you know what? This is too chewy. Here's a young one. The young one is clear, okay? Like that. And the old one, the mature one has like the white. Because they shouldn't even add this into the can. It should be just the baby palm like this. But then the merchant got stingy, so they want to add everything in there. See? Yeah, of course. Okay, so that's Toddy Palm Jelly. Okay, it's very, very sweet. Okay, what I do is that I would I never use the syrup. It's flavorful, but it's a lot of sugar. A lot of sugar. In fact, I don't even have to add honey. I'll add some of this. I was going to add some honey into it. Now that the syrup is very sweet, so I probably don't have to add honey. This is just be sufficient. So, extra sugar. Let me try that. 2 drops. Because the coconut milk beverages, it wasn't sweet at all, so it got better. Right. Let me open. What do I have? Oh, the coconut. Okay. I thought I have 3 items. What did I do with it? Oh, Duh, the jelly. Oh, man. Oh yeah, today is a little bit of work because somebody left something in the fridge and I knocked it over. So it was a lot of work. Luckily he didn't yell at me at all. He like busy helping me pick it up. Usually we said, oh my God, there we go. But no, this time we're like, oh no honey, no. I'll go get the towel, I'll take care right now. I'm like, ooh. Okay, so the young coconut, the frozen young coconut, okay, so it's already had some juice in it, very creamy. Oh yeah, and then the baby coconut, the young coconut's already been shredded, and I was gonna get the fresh one, but it was like $5 for the fresh one. I thought about going to Cambodia and bring a whole bunch. We'll Thailand if they let me in. In my passport, it's a Cambodian. You know, right now, you're not too happy with Cambodian. It's okay. Remember, I have that little solution in that little syringe I might use on it. Okay, so to do this, how do I do this? I was gonna do this on here. Okay, let me discard this. Let me take a bite. One more bite. So it's not bad. Okay, so it's just the fact that it's not bouncy like this one right here. Okay, this one is bouncy because it's factory made. Okay, but this one is homemade, so it's a little bit, the texture is a little bit different. So how to get to this texture, that's what I like to know. Okay, so they might add a few stuff in there, but this is like, I don't know what they add in there neither. So you know, so okay, let me rinse this out, okay, because I want to add a new version of this. I forgot what the name of the Filipino dessert that came in like a big container like that. There was named it Lulu Foo Foo. I can't remember what it was. But no, I'm not doing that. Okay, so I wanted to minimize some of the brownish color of these. When I cut it, I think I need a bottle of water to do that. Okay. Drain this baby, okay, because I wanted my milk to like at least stay white. Let's see if it's gonna work. If it's not gonna work, it doesn't work, then I'm okay with, you know, I'm just gonna slurp it as it is. So look at that, how beautiful this is. Okay, it's like regular jello. It smells like 1,008-year-old eggs. If I could smell like that, it should smell. I should be able to smell the mint out of this thing. But it will. It might be the first and the last time I'm doing these. Okay, so there you go. It's let's do the comparison. Guy, yeah. Yep. Hakuna Matata. No worry. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and shred this in the smaller pieces because our young coconut is also shredded in that manner. So we're gonna do the same manner, or we can do a bit different manner. Don't matter. Okay. I might do a smaller manner Mm-hmm. You can do like a boba manner, you know, chop it up in smaller pieces. We can use straw for this. You know, it feel like cranberry. Sorry, cranberry. That's why I'm wearing gloves, because I don't want to cut myself. Okay, just softly, okay? Do not puncture yourself. Okay. Go ahead and make it. Well, in the can, okay, there's a drink that they already ready to serve. It's in the can today. At one of the Filipino grocery store. It sells for $1.49 per can. But this one right here is about almost $4 for this. And then I have to buy the toddy palms and the young coconut. So altogether, I could get 1 dozen of this drink for all this work. Okay, but you know what? We cannot price anything. If we start charging everything, price everything, we won't be able to eat anything. Okay, so just say that it's for the learning experience. Because when we go to school, we have to pay the tuition, we have to pay the book, we have to pay for the classroom parking and all that. So same thing, you know what I mean? Nothing is free. Let's put it that way. Okay, so if I were to do this, all of these, it will serve a family. Okay. And I'll do one more, and we're just gonna create a drink. And if I want to do tea, I have green jasmine tea, green and jasmine tea in the freezer. It's supposed to be very cold. You can do that. Also, I can do the coconut. We can do both. Okay, so. Or you don't want to add anything, then just add some honey, and that'll do, because in the can they don't add anything but honey or sugars. And this glass jelly here. Okay, so I'm gonna drain this. How much do I need? As much as you like. Now make sure you don't allergic to these things, okay? So I'm just saying that it came from plant-based. At least we know that this came from the plant-based here, okay? And then when I read the description, it does sound like it derived from plant-based. And how they do this, I don't know how they make a gelatin like that without, because this is a very soft gelatin. It's not hard like mine. Mine is not that bad, you know. It's still wiggling, but then it's thicker. Yeah, that's it, because it didn't form. So I did crazy stuff to it, like overcook it, I think. Okay, let me clean my glass because we have a fancier cup glass. It's not a bad glass at all. You know what? I don't know what all these glass functions are. You know, some serve wine, some serve cognac, some serve milk. Definitely this one is going to serve me. I don't care. Okay, so we can do both. Okay, we can do the iced tea. All right, we can do the tea, and we can do the coconut milk. And then we'll compare which one tastes better. Okay. I'm prepared. So I have been making homemade tea. Okay, I'm not a tea drinker. But, the other day I I took a liberties of sipping some tea. Oh, look at that slushy. So because I make them so much is that I never really have a glass. So I took about half of this glass here before bedtime. I think I told you the story. Yeah, so I will never do it again. But I'll do sipping and samples it, okay? So, because it's full, I'm going to transfer it over to these here. Okay, we'll do half first. Yeah. Okay, we're going to borrow somebody's glass here. Somebody like to go to the fancy drink shop. Okay, where am I? I'm sorry. Left you over there. Okay, let me move you over here so you can see also. All right. So we're going to do as much as we like. Yeah. We can add some milk in this too if you like. So far so good. Okay, we're gonna add some young coconut in there. This spoon that I use. Look at that. Go ahead, girl. Make sure that you do 100 steps tomorrow. And we're gonna add some juice from the, we're gonna add some juice from the coconut here. Go ahead, girl. And we do some syrup from the Toddy Palm Jelly. Okay, we're gonna do a little bit first before we spoil ourselves. Move it, glass. No mind. So here the Toddy Palm. I'm gonna do the young one. Okay. The old one is too chewy. If you have denture, forget that. You're gonna just break your denture for real, because that's so hard. But I paid for it already, so I don't know what to do with it. Because I still can chew. I don't know, it doesn't smell funky, man. This right here, but okay. I'm gonna sample it for you, but I'm not be able to drink this thing too much because I have concern about me not sleeping tonight. So it's so good. It's so good. You know what? I'm gonna do a little bit of this, okay? I'm gonna put it in a tiny glass so I can have it. If I don't sleep tomorrow, it's my day off, so I can afford to like not sleep. No, it tastes so good. Hold on. Definitely, you're gonna add a little bit more of the syrup from here. We can do honey. Okay, honey, you can do honey. Okay, a little bit more. You see how thick that is? The syrup is thick, okay? So what I do normally, I just discard this syrup. It's too much for me sometimes, you know. But because of making drink, we're just gonna use, get good use of it. Look at what we have. And not a bad idea. Forget about the funky smell. You know what? Let me go get the little tube with the solution. I'm gonna put a little bit of this. 1 drop only. Okay. What do I have? Man, whatever this is for. Okay, you're gonna sample this together. That's all I'm gonna try, okay? Because I don't want it to be up all night. Got straw. Should I need some ice? Let me go get some crusted ice. Well, actually, this is already had some ice in it already. Let me see. It'll taste better with crusted ice. Not bad. If I were to open my own boba shop, okay, I'm going to use this too. Maybe they have it already, just that I never really visited them, so. It's not as funky because I add the solution in there, so it started to smell like spearmint, for real. Very refreshing. You gotta try it though. You have to go get this funky jelly. Wash it, okay? Maybe, yeah, just wash it. What I did here is that I wash it twice and rinse it, and oh yeah, this is really very, very refreshing. My bad. My man has. No, this is good actually. Next time, yeah, there will be a next time. I would do the young coconut, the fresh young coconut. Okay, I buy the young coconut myself, cut it open, use the juice for this, and shred it. Shred the young coconut. It's going to be even better than this. Okay. Next time, what I'll do, I'll show you how to do the basil seed. Not bad. It's a little slimier than the one I made. I like the one I made too. It's stronger. This one is lighter. Well, guys, here you go with the iced tea. Okay, I can add more iced tea in there because iced tea already had some honey in it, and let me see. What do you think? Let me add a little bit more of the. I can add a little bit of these into the. Look at that. Okay, you can do that too. And I'll sample for you how it tastes like with these. Now it looks like Thai tea, huh? A little bit. Okay, let's sample that too. No, it's not enough. Let's add a little bit more. Almost to the top already. Oh man, what's a mess for? Okay. Because the filling went down to the bottom. All right, put that away for now before I spill and more cleaning to do. Get my partner here. You know what? It's not bad at all. Just one tiny drop, okay? Just in case it won't harm us too much. Mm. Now it starts to smell like the one from the can that they prepared. To be honest with you, I used to buy um, the 24 can box of GrassJelly drink. Just had in the fridge and then just grab one to go. It was satisfying. But this right here, it's really satisfying because I add extra in there with the real grass jelly. It doesn't. They don't add anything else but the sweetness and this jelly here. Okay, but it's in the can though. It tastes a little bit more like these because I think they add them too. When you drink it, you can smell the minty smell. Oh yeah, it hit the spot. The spot of do not drink tea before bedtime. Yeah, make it yourself. Oh, the young coconut. You know what I should do? I should cut up the young coconut. Look at the palm, the Toddy Palm Jelly. The young one look like these, clear, and the one that's hardened, it has some white texture into it. It has white texture in the middle, and that because the palm seed is getting old. They're supposed not to be doing that. They're supposed to get only the young palms because they're being cheap. I know all about this because my grandparents grew them in their yard too, and we have them fresh. When we make dessert, we just have them fresh because this tastes even better when it's fresh. It has some sweetness into it. It grows into bunches just like the coconut, but the plant is about that big. I'm sorry. It tastes really, really good. Get in there. If I can fall to sleep around 2-ish or 3-ish, I'll be cool. All right. So you want me to make another one without anything but the tea and it go well with the tea, you know. You can do that without the coconut, without all the fancy coconut, the toddy palms. Okay, we can do that also. Maybe go get some more tea, okay? It's in the fridge. I don't drink this. My sweetheart, he loves it. He loves homemade iced tea. I give this one to my son. I don't know, he never drinks tea, so he may not even drink it. Shoot, now I don't know who's gonna drink this. It had teas in it. I don't know if my sweetheart even gonna like this thing. So if he doesn't, I'm gonna have to go find someone who does. I'll take to my daughter. She like tea also. My other daughter. See, by soaking it in water, after it's cut, it help minimize the extra transformation of the color. So I think that's enough. So there's a few ways to do this. Okay, you can make it with this coconut milk beverages by itself, or you can do fresh milk. You can do condensed milk or diluted condensed milk. You can do goat milk, any kind of milk you like, or you can just do a bottle of water and just like it's simple and plain, just a bottle of water, or even what else is good for what? Green tea, jasmine tea, herbal tea will do. Okay, so this is how simple it is. Let me sample this if it has sweetness in it. I know it does because I made the tea with honey. So what I'm talking about. Not bad. Okay. It's just like boba. So well, this jelly here, it's like more digestible than boba, because boba. When my friend, she bought the boba, let me show you, and I'll tell you how. So she shared with me. I have not. So, okay, let me finish what I'm doing. So with these, you are okay to make it with tea, okay, and just add honey to it and to your liking. Okay, so it did not submerge, it float. It's fun. So I did with the iced tea, and I did with the green tea. No, I'm sorry, I'm saying iced tea. Green tea, jasmine and green tea. I have two kinds of tea in here. I have jasmine and green tea combined. Okay, and I know it's not green. Sorry, it's supposed to be green, but it wasn't green. But I did from the green tea, honestly. So this one just the plain jasmine green tea with honey. So it looked like that. Yeah. Simple. And this baby here, she's heavy with the fillings, the young coconut, the Toddy Palm Jelly, and a little bit of coconut milk on jasmine green tea with honey. Yeah, this is complicated, just like you order double cheese. Okay, so this had a lot. Okay, so I might have this one like in the morning, so by the time midnight come, the caffeine will run out. I'm sensitive to caffeine. My friend here, she said she drink coffee before bedtime would be fine for her too. And my sweetheart, he's like that too. He said caffeine help him go to sleep faster. I'm like, no, I wish I'm like that. When I was in college, studying for finals, studying for quizzes or tests, if I wanted to stay up all night to finish the last minute assignments, I usually drink a cup of espresso. I'm wide awake. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about boba. Okay, so this boba here, it's made from plant-based. Okay, it's from you can get this already processed in a little pearl, and to consume this, you have to boil this until it's done. Okay, it had to be able to be able to digest it. So this boba here is not done. The reason it's not done, if it's if it is if it's hardened because it's in the cold, I agree with that. But if I were to pierce this in the middle, okay, so okay, so because it's still very hard in the middle, okay. The reason being because it did not cook long enough. It's undercooked. You see that? You see that brown spot in the middle? That right there is undercooked. Okay. Right there. You see it? I think if I read boba very well, it should make from cooked flowers, okay? So it's already done, but again, but I just don't trust the process of how the boba inside the boba is hardened, because sometimes people just slurp through, they don't chew it, you know. But so if you do order boba and the pearl is hardened, make sure you chew it really well. It's better for your digestive system, okay, so that the food will break, so that it'll break down quicker. Because that's why when I go to boba shop, I never wanted to have the pearl, especially this big. I deal with baby pearl, very small for dessert, and I make sure they cook thoroughly. But this right here, because I know that they use this big straw here, it just slurping through, you know, it just go through, and then you just swallow it because you love it so much. So just remember that, just chew a little bit before you swallow it, because if you addicted to boba like my friend, I had another friend who loved boba. She got to have it. Sometimes she said, "Bah, let's go get boba." No, come. Then I have to come with her, and then I don't want any. And so that's good. I just get myself an extra one to take home. No, she didn't take one to take home. Soon she got it, she go, and then she got the second one. So is that okay? Good luck to your tummy. So that's what with the boba, I stay away from boba. You know, my daughter, she bought a big bag of it, and she tell me to cook it for her, and I never cook for her. It's still at home, I think, the bag of boba. So it didn't smell any better, but I'm just saying that if you don't like jelly, no, there's a green one too, okay? I should have bring the green one. There's a green one and a brown one, so they have two flavor. I think the other one probably is a GrassJelly also, but I don't know what flavor that is. Okay, but I always grab this brown flavor, brown color here, but maybe I'll try the green one next time. Make sure that I live through this first, so before I go to the next one. Just kidding. I'm sure it's safe, you know, because I used to order like I used to buy it in a 24 can box for this, and I don't have to do it myself. But then my friend, she came home with those two packages, and she determined that I should try to make it, and I did. I tried it. Didn't say that I didn't try it. I tried it, but you know, it didn't work. So it just gonna go to waste. I'm not gonna try to even finish this one right here. Yep, I'll stay away from that. At least this one is prettier, you know. Because I have young coconut and Toddy Palm still, so I'm not gonna dilute any right now. I already have enough. I'm gonna have to find people who like it first before I finish the rest, because I have to be careful about drinking. If I can find the herbal tea without decaffeinated herbal tea, and then I can drink this. I'm sure that there are, because there's about 50, 60 different kind of tea in the pantry. I never got a chance to look through it because he loved his green tea, green and jasmine tea. I just made it for him. I never really looked for the decaffeinated tea, but I can do the coconut milk for myself. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay, I'm gonna do one coconut for myself, so that way I don't have to deal with caffeine. Okay, let me drain this. Look at that. The liquid is all brown. I'm glad I did that. Otherwise, it will oxidize. Well, it's not bad for the tea because the tea is already brownish. Okay. All right. Goodness. I got this on the rest of the show because it's a short show. Okay. So what I do, I need another glass. Because I'm not going to drink it tonight, I'm going to go ahead and put it in this jar. It's safer for me, because that way I add the rest. Maybe I add a little bit more to the one with the coconut, young coconut in it. This one right here. That's plenty. Okay, we're almost done, okay? Because what I have here is the drinking the drinking bottle water, so I'm not worried about it. Okay, so here we go. I'm lactose intolerant. That's why I do drink coconut milk beverages, or oat milk, or I used to drink a lot of oat milk. What else? Other fruit milk. But then when I read something about it, I'm not gonna even mention the name, because I quit drinking it because the way they process it was nasty, you know. So I don't know about coconut milk. I have not done research yet. If I find out that they do nasty stuff too, and I'll quit totally. I'm just gonna boil water to drink. Because it's my jar, so I can do that. I'm putting the Toddy Palms on here, Toddy Palm Jelly. I wanted to cut it into smaller pieces. In fact, this milk, this coconut milk beverages is no flavor. I mean, it's no sweetness, so I can add. I might add the rest of the coconut milk. I mean, coconut juice. With that. Only drink and eat all this hard gel. No common sense. They should write to the company and complain about this. You have to cheat people for. You should be able to get what to get the product that you pay for. You know, you have to worry about crazy stuff that they add in there. Like they should have sorted out. You know, they should have sorted out and not put it in there. It's not even serviceable. What about people get choked eating this and then they get lawsuit and they know? This is pretty hard right here. See, even I got good teeth, it's still chew with effort. That's all the young one in there. The rest is hard. Okay, I'm gonna chop up the young coconut also because look at that, it's stringy. Because I'm gonna use straw, I want to be able to slurp this through. This is young coconut, is very tender, unlike the palm jelly. I apologize for the Thai font today. Okay, I'm gonna switch to English font or English speaking. I don't even know when that got switched up. I didn't even remember making the change. Sometimes when when you update programs or update the phone or the phone or the phone or the devices, it does that too. Annoying. Where's my blender go? So this is for me here with the milk or with the coconut milk beverages, okay? I have not added any syrup in yet. So this is mine, so I don't mind doing this. Sorry. Have to do puzzle on TikTok. Make some room so I can add some syrup in it. So I can do syrup from the coconut or from the palm, probably the palm because the palm is a lot sweeter. And this one's not cold yet. Once it's cold, it's going to be even better. The coconut. I'm going to get use of it. not bad because and there's sweetness from the Toddy Palm Jelly, and a tinge of creaminess from the young coconut, its juice. Oh yeah, this is better than the tea. Mmm. All right. Try to finish my young coconut. Sorry, guys. So I'm dehydrated today because I was over at my mom. She wanted a few things from the grocery store, and it took too long. Oh, this is good. Actually, this is good. Mm. Mm. I love the Toddy Palm Jelly, but it was so many that was too hard to chew. So it would have been nice if all these are young palms. Because I love these. When I was in Cambodia, Grandpa used to just open this up and just serve fresh, and with the coconut milk, and it was just so good. And doing this reminded me of my grandparents also. I'm interacting with my great grandparent also because my when I was about 6-7 years old, my great grandparent was still alive on both sides. So I got to spend some time with them. In fact, I got to attend the funeral too in Cambodia when the family passed away. We don't have funeral home. We don't have funeral services like we do here in America. So everything is done at the monastery. At the family. So like I said, they can cremate the family right in front of their house, back of their house, on their property, on their land. The government does not interfere. They don't have regulation like we do here in America. Everything you have to go through the funeral, health district, and all that and stuff. We don't have to do that. So when my great grandparent died, they have wooden casket, and because they don't have all this what you call that thing, sorry, I couldn't think of it. Because when a person dies in Cambodia, they don't keep corpse over tonight because they don't have those, what are those, chemical to keep them fresh, the preservative. Well, no, there's a word for it. So they don't have those things. So therefore, when a person dies, they have to cremate the person, or bury the person, and then a couple years later they will exhume the bone and they will cremate the bone. That's how it was done for my great grandparents. Two of my great grandparents, that they for my great grandmother, she was buried like a couple years later after she decayed, and they exhumed her burial and gathered her remains and cremated it. So she had two funerals. For my grandpa, my great grandpa, when he passed, my mom, my family, got together and just cremated him with piled wooden, and just watch him scorches away. And in front of the family, with the family. Not like in America, once the casket went in the kiln, then everybody have to leave because you can't see nothing. Once you push the button, that's it, that's the final farewell. But in our culture, we get to watch the whole cremation process. One time when one of my great grandfather actually um when you cremate a person, just like you singeing animals, because when it's being singed or being cooked or being cremated, you have to like put heavy cement or heavy metal or heavy piece of wood, to like compress the body down, right? So one incident with my great grandfather, one of them was that in the middle of the cremation, so the top wooden got burned up. So all of a sudden, he rose up. So that kind of scary moment, and some were just like run away, run off. But then my parents and the family lay him back down and put heavy wooden to suppress him, to keep him down until he's done. And so that was one of the scary moments, you know what I mean? What can I say? I mean, because in the midst of that cremation, the muscle contract. When the muscle contract, of course, it's gonna thrust and cause a body to shrunk. When it shrunk, then yeah. So he's set up. So that was a scary moment. I'm gonna be the one that run away, but then it was like scary. It was like my feet won't carry me. That was so scary. The feet won't carry me. I'm like gonna shit my pants. But then my grandparents just hold me and just explained to me what happened. I was pretty young at the time. I didn't understand much, but that was one of the scary experiences. And those days, I was freaking out and everything anyway. I was freaking out. People tell story because in those country, when no light at night, everything looks spooky and sounds spooky. So what happened was that I'm spooked all the time. I felt spooked all the time. If I were to go somewhere dark and with my great grandparents, my family, I don't want to be behind because I'm afraid that somebody gonna snap me from behind. So I'm always like, I'm always looking back to see who's behind me. But sometimes I just have to speed up to be ahead of everybody. And I remember when we go to the monastery, have to go through the burial places. I don't know, Cambodia is spooky anyway, what I mean? The way they set up their pagoda and their what do you call it? And they're Muslim, what I mean? Because the Muslim built right in the middle of the monastery compound, surrounded with all the dead people, and then it's spooky at night, and there's no light at the time. There's no light, only the lantern. Everywhere you go, it create that silhouette. It create that. It create the shadow. Even my own shadow, I spook. Imagine. So it was like always scary, and I had such a terrible childhood memory, and with just being scared, and then not only be scared, I scare water, I scare everything. I'm just a scary child, with all those traumatic experience. So one time, not one time, years ago, I think in 1994, I was visiting his side of family, my ex-husband family. He's from Vietnam. He's Cambodian, in Vietnam. So met his family a couple times. So they had event going on at the monastery. So at the time there was no road, no legit road. It's just bumpy canal to get to the temple. We have to drive through a little graveyard. It was kind of scary. Illuminati is no light neither. Back in 1992, 94, there's no modernization. They just got through from the killing, so the the infrastructure is not established, and the electricity is not established. Everybody still do the lantern, doing the candle, and all that. So I was in the back of my niece, and she she we were riding on a motorcycle. I don't know how to ride motorcycles, so I always be the passenger. So we just we just passed through the graveyards. So here come two guys on a motorcycle. So they were coming toward us. So when the light reflect, they froze, we froze. So so they stopped, we stopped. So they said in Cambodian, broken Cambodian, that's a Vietnamese word. So, are they real or are they not? The guy said, they're on a motorcycle, they must be real. They're thinking that we were ghosts, right? So we didn't get too close, but then I don't know why he think that we would be ghosts, because everybody have to pass through that graveyard to get to the monastery. So we just let them guess for a while, and then Manny said, can you move over so I can get through? So, oh, they're talking, they're not be ghosts. I'm like, stupid ass. How could it be a ghost and riding on a motorcycle? They must be as spook as we are, So that was a stupid experience when I was in in Vietnam. So in the morning, we went back there, and then we driving through the little graveyard, and it didn't look very, very nice. It was like one of those old cemetery, so you can see things, like very ugly, very unpleasant, and some Muslims, some of those spirit home, what you call it, called Jedi. So when daytime, I survey around the area, because I have her take me back to the very spot that the idiot thing that we were ghosts. I want to see. I wanted to repaint the memory. So take me back to where the idiot thing that we were ghosts last night first. So she drove me through there. It looked pretty. It looked okay daytime, but nighttime it does look spooky, though. You know what I mean? Even it's not in the grave site, it's spooky anywhere in Vietnam. So my family home is a beautiful home, antique home that survived the war. So it's hot. It's always hot. I was visiting them during like a hot season. So I'm always on the back with a little pond in the back of the house, the main house, and the living area, and there was a kitchen. And adjacent to the kitchen, there's a little pond. It's not a clean water pond where all the what you call it, sewage collects in the back of the pond. And a lot of fruit tree grow, absorb all the things, and then we ate them, So I was there all the time, and then one time, my sister-in-law pulled me over and said, sister, I know that you like to spend a lot of time back there because it's quiet and it's nice and cool, but we don't go back there. I said, why? Well, many years ago, that big tree across that pond on the other side. I said, yeah. Well, somebody hung herself there. Oh. So that's why when the night comes, we close our door. We don't look that way. So, wow. That's serious? I've been there almost a month, and I didn't see any paranormal, because I feel fine. But then now I heard about that, so I'm like, I feel a little bit nervous, because maybe something crazy going on. And that's why people regard that as like a spiritual place. Not spiritual, it's a spirit place where spirit dwell. Because the young lady was brokenhearted, and she was denied hand in marriage, and she took her own life, so she hung herself from the big tree. So from that incident, people were scared of her being angry ghost. So That's why I said, how come it's so quiet, you know? I'm the only one out there, and there was benches in there, you know. I mean, the water, I mean, the pond, didn't smell very pleasant because all the sewage water coming through. But then that sewage water connected with the canal, the same canal that they collect the water from, you know. So yeah, it's complicated. But so when I surveyed around and my family told me about it, you know, it didn't scare me that much, you know, because I had a lantern, and so she told me that, well, just go hang out in front of the house where, you know, the families are. I said, okay, you know, if it make you feel comfortable, then I'll go hang out with you guys in the front. You know, it's more excitement in the front because sometimes being the American visit, people like to visit too long, and I'm tired, so I like to like have my time alone because I was missing my kid, and my kid was young, and I left them for like a 30 days a couple times, and I miss my kid sometimes. I like to be alone. So so that was one incident that I experienced in Vietnam. It was kind of awkward moment, you know, where people really believe in paranormals, and be Christian believer. We, you know, we regard those things too, but not regard. We know about those things too, but then we um, we are not influenced by it. But then for them, they feel that the angry spirits of the young lady who have to take her life, and then so she's gonna come around and try to haunt everybody. So I asked if she ever haunts everybody. Anybody said, yeah, people have seen her, have heard her cry, have heard her, her scream, you know. So okay. So that's why I said, please don't be out there by yourself again. Please, you make us nervous. I said, okay, if I make you nervous, then I won't be out there again. So the next morning I woke up and I went to survey the area. So it's a big mango tree. And the mango are growing and no one pick it because they're scared to offend her spirit. So I'm looking at, oh, so so I so I went to talk with my sister. Sister-in-law said, sister, that big mango tree there is a mango tree and it had a lot of fruit. No, 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 no. We do not eat mango out of the tree. He said, so he eat it. Who eat from that tree? He said, the birds. We don't eat out of that tree. We don't want to offend her spirit. So, okay, interesting. So I'm thinking about all the beautiful mangoes, you know, like. So then she had another mango tree close to the house. So I said, well, you can eat this one right here. And I like the green mangoes. You know, we eat green mangoes. We like salt, peppers, and salt and chili. And sometimes we do with the dipping sauce. So the 30, all the time that I was there, I didn't know that my sister kept the mango tree so that they can sell it to the market, at the market, to make money, right? So, well, when I went, I gave them enough money already, so I think that's why they tell me to go ahead. I can eat the mango from that tree. I give them more money. I mean, a lot of money, you know, to support the farm. So I said, no, 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 you eat whatever. So each morning, I gather all the kids from the village. You know, we they don't want to eat the green mango. They want the ripened mango because the mango big, so they can take it to the market and make money out of it. But then the mango was only about this big. I'm sure that she's like, oh, I hope she didn't eat all of it. So before I left home to return home, we killed that mangoes. I got the kid from the village to join me every day. We just make a whole bunch of dip sauce, and then we climb on the mango trees. The only thing that was like bad about the mango tree was the red ant. With so many of them. So I tell my sister that we can eat the red ant. We can just bring the nest down and eat the whole thing, and then there's no more ant. No, we cannot do that, because if I get rid of the red ant, then people will steal the mangoes. The reason that they left the ant on the tree because no one want to go near the mango tree because the ant will bite them. So I have to go cut the long, very long, skinny bamboo tree. because we cannot climb the mango tree. So it was about 20-30 feet long, okay, because it was a tall big tree too. So I did a little basket attached to the top of the branch of the bamboo, and we pick it. Either it dropped on the ground and broke, or it dropped into a little basket. Little by little, we collect enough just to enjoy. So they said that, oh, you eat too much, you have diarrhea, because the green mango had a lot of natural probiotic naturally. So so my sister tell me, don't eat too much, okay? You're gonna get stomach ache. So in other words, she's trying to tell me that don't eat all of it because she's afraid that it's gonna be gone. Sure enough, there's nothing to do in Vietnam. That 30 days was too long. I was lonely, missed my kids, and have to worry about what I'm gonna be eating, how they're gonna clean my vegetables. It's from the river. I said no, so I have to educate the villager. That you poop in this river, you fish water out of this river, you fish the fish out of this river. So it's just like going in a little circle, where it's like unhealthy. So I tell them that if you're gonna prepare my meal, let's go get some clean water. There's no clean water at the time, okay? So but then there's no bottled water neither. So I said, well, so they collect rainwater. So they had the big jug like these. So all the jug was like around the house, like 30-40 jugs. So when the rain comes, they collect the water. And I said, okay, then that sounds better than the river, from the water from the river. I said, no, we use that for cleaning only. I'm like, no, I'm not be cleaning from the feces, no. So it was like some experience I experienced overseas. Now everything changed. My family called me, the one that I still connect with. They said, oh, you should come to visit us. Everything changed now. They modernized. They connect the road. We don't have to ride in that thin canoe anymore. Before, we have to ride thin canoe or ride on the bike, a motorcycle. Now they said that they connected the road. They create the road, go right through the center of the village. And they have running water now. They have electricity now. It's not spooky anymore. So I'm like, you should come. So maybe one day I return back to Vietnam. In fact, my son is getting married, and he because thing going on in the Middle East, so he just postponed the wedding. So it might be this summer or probably in fall. I tell them just extend as long as we need. Now I don't really want to fly over that area, so it would be nice to revisit the familiar places. I did was my ex 1996. So it's been what, 30 years now, I think. So it's been that long since I been in Vietnam last. So but I connect with his family on Facebook. They talk and say, we miss you, I want you back here. This time you don't have to bring a lot of money. We have money now, we'll take care of you, instead of you taking care of us. So I said, well, it's nice, but I don't like to go anywhere without money. I have to have enough money to travel. I'm comfortable with have my own money. I like to pay my own way. I like to have the money just for the it's just for the heck of it. It's this assurance. So I said, one day, no, you'll be here soon, because his sister, the one that I'm close to, she's very sick. She has been bedridden for many years, and the younger sister is getting sick also. So those are the two sisters that I'm close to. Even I'm not with the family. I'm not married to the brother anymore, but relationship with the in-law, it's impressive, because the admiration and the love is still there, and I really appreciate them for still keep that friendship, it's hard to come around because a lot of time when in-law will turn against you if you divorce their brother or sisters, so they will think of you badly. But no, it's not like that. They say, we miss you, we want you to come. You don't have to come with him. Why would I be going with him for? I'm not with him. If I come, I'll come on my own. So yeah, if you come on your own, you're fine too, but then when your son getting married, you're going to be with the family. That was really nice to hear that. So they said that Ho Chi Minh City had changed, the airport changed. I'm sure, it's been a long time. So everything changed, even in Cambodia changed also. In Thailand too, impressively, it's modernized and it's safe to travel. It's nice to visit, in three countries. Cambodia is beautiful, Thailand is enchanting, and Vietnam is a place to explore. I haven't been to Laos, okay, so the next visit, if I go to Cambodia next time, I can just take an extra trip to Vietnam, and because Cambodia bordered by Vietnam, but my family live maybe about 6-7 hour drive from the border. I wanted to visit Laos also because Laos border with Cambodia. There's certain area where the border is open. So next time when I visit, I will get my personal driver and just go places and leave the country. I'm not sure about Thailand, but definitely Laos and Vietnam will be. Cambodia, I visit Cambodia and extended my journey to Laos and Vietnam. I think that's what I should do. Maybe I'll plan it out in 2 years or so. Because I just went to Cambodia last year and Thailand. So I visited those two countries when I was there for the whole 30 days. So the next visit, I'll do the whole 30 days, just visit 3 countries only. If Thailand is more receptive, I might be in Thailand also. It depends on how Thailand feel about Cambodia will welcome us. If they're not welcome, it's okay. I'll spend my dollar somewhere else. Because last time I went, I spent almost $10,000 in Thailand. There's a lot of money I spent in Thailand, and I spent about that 10 days. I spent about 5,000 in Cambodia too. So if I'm not welcome there, I'll go spend my dollars somewhere else. No, I don't have a problem with that. Because just go ahead and be painful. I'll go enjoy somewhere else and spend my dollars somewhere else. All right. So, welcome. Cambodia is beautiful. Thailand is enchanting. Vietnam is something that you can explore. Beautiful. Da Nang, it's their sea coast and it's supposed to be beautiful. Cambodia has its own sea coast also. And Pattaya and Lampang and all those areas. I never been to. I don't like to be at the sea coast because when the tsunami happened, me, I'm freaking about deep water, so I will never want to be around sea coast. Every time I drove to San Francisco, when I used to live in California, if I take assignment in translating, have to drive like 2 hour drive to San Francisco. When I cross that bridge, I'm like, oh God, I start to develop that anxiety. It's like, oh, what happened if quake happened? What happened if tsunami? So I had all this fear, and then San Francisco had tunnel. You have to go through like tunnel under the water. I said, let's go. They call it. There's a name for it. I said, let's go under the tunnel. I said, oh, not me. I'm not gonna go in the tunnel. I said, they said the wall is thick and nothing gonna happen. No, I don't care how thick the wall is. That's under the sea. And I ain't gonna do that under the sea. I cannot live through this. No, even the deep water up to here, I'll be dead. So imagine that tunnel, no, I'm not going through this tunnel. Just driving over the Bay Bridge or Golden Bridge. I'm like, oh Lord, if you spare my life this time, I promise you I'll be better. I'll be a better person, you know. Well, nothing happened. It's just me with my fear, you know. So in Thailand, when that tsunami, all that coastal area affect India, Philippines, and what else? So a lot of people were killed. So that alone, it it already created me a lot of fears already. Okay, so the one time my daughter took me to the when she visited, she took me to the coast in San Francisco too. So you know, I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna enjoy it, but don't let anything happen, please. You know, like I have to do like a serious prayer in my heart. But then I visited a few times. You know, I went to the to the garden there. The what you call it? What kind of garden was it? One of those. It's a beautiful garden in San Francisco. What you call it? Shoot, my brain's foggy. So it's a beautiful garden, and they have Japanese garden, they have conservatory garden, and what's the name of the big garden? Anyway, it's beautiful. So I went there a few times, you know, and love it. But when I'm in that garden, I've forgotten the fears because my focus was on the plant and all those exotic plants. So my fear was replaced with those excitement um, in the garden. So yeah, so that was my experience. So let's I'm just gonna do my bucket list for that. So next visit, I will head to Cambodia, cross over to Laos, maybe a lot, and enjoy the sticky rice with lab. You know, that might gonna be cooked, and then go to and then cross to Vietnam. I'll call up my family. I may not visit the village, but if I'm there, I'm pretty sure that they're gonna convene me to go to the village where the family are. You know, where I can have them um, be in Cambodia, and I don't have to even cross. But I like to see Vietnam. I like to see the transition and the transformation. It's been over 30 years, so everything should be modernized, should be beautiful. I remember when I went to land at Ho Chi Minh City first time airport. I told you about last time, I think, where my luggage was taken and all that, and that was it was scary, scary experience. So I only well at the time I speak a lot better Vietnamese than I am today. It was fresh lesson from the family, so I travel, so I speak some Vietnamese and be able to understand what's going on at the checkpoint or custom or at the security check. So I know that Vietnam's a beautiful country. Also, they love a little tip, you know. I don't want to call it bribery, but a little tip go a long way. So no one taught me this, but I just look at the way they treat the customers. So I said, well, let me slide in $20 bill in my passport, and man, that smooth transition was like it was like beautiful Vietnamese, you know, welcome, sit down and all that, and it was helping me with transition smoothly. And for some who didn't do that, they opened the luggage and gone through scrutinizing, So I'm happy it didn't happen. So I learned that a little tip go a long way in a nation where bribery exists. Okay, I don't care. You call it bribery, but then if I have to go through that bullshit, just a little money. So consider at the time $20 is just like their 1 month of salary. So they were nice. And $20 was nothing, okay, because here $20 we can take it to the coffee shop, but over there $20 they can take care of their family. So to me it was no big deal. I don't want to deal with communist country. I don't want to deal with a nation that I'm not familiar. I speak some language. If I'm in trouble, I don't know what to do. So $20, okay. So every time I visit, I slip $20 in my passport and smooth operation. G here, G there, M this, M that. Sister this, sister that. It was nice. $20 can can do that. I'm like, okay, fine. So I did that too at Thai border. Um, I, I slipped through, because at one point, my Cambodian brother was like, look forward to get a little tip. I tell him that you don't have to act crazy, okay? I'm gonna give tips anyway, so why are you gonna tell me that? Oh, he was telling me that this is before all the craziness. So I'm going through because I crossed the border to Cambodia, and so I'm returning from Cambodia back into Thailand. So I have to go through the Cambodian immigration and the Thai immigration is double. So same both sides, the Thai immigration, the Cambodian immigration, vice versa. So I'm at my first gate on the Cambodian uh, uh, customs. So he look at me, I smile, be cordial. Look at my mom. She said, hello. And he was telling me that, oh, Thailand don't allow old lady to cross. I'm like, oh, you better have better explanation than that, because if you read my visa, we cross from Thailand. I speak to him. So what are you saying? That my mom can't cross to Thai border? You know, so, well, they Thai people don't allow old people to cross. I said, don't you know that sounds pretty stupid? You know. So, but I don't want to deal with them because they had connection. Okay, they have connection. Only just one call, they can entrapping me. So I said, okay. I said, here's coffee money. I could have reported them, but you know what? Because I'm gonna be going back and forth those two lands. So I said, here, coffee money. So my mom can go to Thailand now. So, that was it. I mean, it could have been a better reasoning than that. So I just look at him. I didn't say nothing more. Because I don't want to cause issue, because like I said, they work in a group, and I want to have that smooth transition. So I don't want anybody to rob me out of there. I don't want anybody to like overrun me. So I'm just, okay, here's coffee money. So let me deal with the Thai custom and see what they say. So right now I speak in Thai, and it was okay transition. They don't take anything. Because they were well disciplined. I think so. So they will come here and then I reach for it. Said, oh, no, it's okay. They know that I'm gonna reach for the tip. So they said, no, it's okay. ไม่เป็นไร. So because when they see the U.S. passport, they don't want to deal with you. I know they deal with the regular customer, but when they see the U.S. passport, either they can get more out of them or they cannot touch, because they don't want to deal with U.S. passport. Because U.S. passport, they are not allowing. But then some will try. So I travel with open mind that if I'm in a corrupt country, either I feel like I'm superwoman and get in trouble for no reason, like have accident that's not prepared, so I'm always like analyzing. I'm already learned what's gonna happen to me, the mishap. So I said, okay, here's coffee money, go enjoy it, okay? Or here's your cigarette money. So usually the coffee money or the cigarette money. So because they smoke and drink coffee, I said, go take a break, get your coffee and your cigarette. We got out of there, and my mom said, why they do that? I said, I don't know, Mom. Maybe he want extra money, So I know, so I know the face, because they're not allowed to do videos, So but I know the face. So next time when I visit, I hope it's still there, because the next time around, I think I'm just gonna turn him in for real if he's gonna harass me again, But when I travel, I carry extra change, because I know I've been through the worst scenario already. So that's why carry small change. Maybe $5 bill, $20 bills too big. Do $5 bill, $10 bills. Okay, because $1 bill is not too honorary because for some reason they said that I don't know, they I think they just want big dollars. So make sure that when you travel out of country, carry cash. Make sure that the money is have no mark, no. It have to be good condition bills. Even at the bank, I even fought. I even fought with the teller in Thailand. We went to the bank in the region in the Conrad Chasima, in the state, because I needed cash, Thai cash. So I went to the bank with my uncle and count the dollar bills, and they go they inspect and check what I need to do, so, and then they take out the old bill, they take out the bill with little scars and a little mark, so they give it back. So I said, excuse me. So they said, oh, sorry, we cannot take this kind of bill. We have to be brand new bill. So yeah, because I have minting machine in US, so you expect me to have brand new bills. Well, we cannot do that. We cannot accept these kind of bills, but you have to go to Bangkok to do these kind of bills. You want me to drive 8 hours to go get my money from agriculture bank in Bangkok? So my uncle thought, oi. So he's trying to like cool me down, that uncle. This is ridiculous. He said, don't fight with them. I said, I'm not fighting with them. I'm just saying that why, it's in America, we don't have these issues. I know in America I don't have issue, but the bank in the local here, they have issue. They won't take this kind of money. So just a reminder, if you carry cash, because I don't like credit card, because I want to be able to, I don't know. I do have credit card, but when I'm overseas, I carry cash with me, here and there, because I needed that, so I just go to the bank and I just bring my uncles and my cousin with me, and if anything were to occur, So yeah, so if you do carry cash, and make sure that you have good bills, no mark, no torn. So it have to be like crispy bill. I don't know why. Maybe they keeping the dollar bills, they keeping the dollar money, because that's why I think they just want to keep the good bills. I don't see it another way, because I think US dollars just disappeared. That's why the US mint new dollars, because the old dollars is gone. I think it just trapped somewhere under someone's bed, someone bank or someone household, and it didn't get returned. So I think they just want to keep brand new US dollar. Same thing for Cambodia. I went to the money exchange. They do the same thing. Like so annoying. So I did bring a lot of a lot of scar bills home, which is nice. I didn't spend all of it. If it's all good, I would have spent everything I have. Like a few $1,000s worth of bills that are not consider unfit, so I'm like, oh, save me money. So, and they need the money. I told my uncle, this money is not expendable, so I'm not gonna spend anymore. So it was fun fact, that carry smaller change, because you never know when you have to give them the tea and the cigarette money just to get to do that smooth selling, but don't go turn them in until you're in US, because I don't guarantee me leaving over there alive if I were to open my mouth and be fresh about it. So I'm like calm and assurance. If $20 worth your living, then here, go enjoy. If $5 gonna make your day, go enjoy. So we just know how to operate around those kind of circumstances. But in America, everybody get arrested. No, in America, they have the same way. They embezzle in millions. They don't do $20. If they're gonna embezzle, if they're gonna do bribery, it gotta be in a million figure. You know, they don't do $20. No, we don't accept tip or bribery. But when they embezzle, they embezzle big. So I say that no, we're not in a bribery country. Wrong. Just that in the bigger dollars. But in the Asian country, it's small because they see dollars. They see U.S. dollar as like a U.S. bank of U.S. because for them it's a big deal. You know, $20 to us is nothing, but for them, you know, they could buy them a bag of rice that lasts family for a week. You know, so you have to consider that too. You know, sometimes we do good deed or do boon, or if they really need it, you know, for example, people who work hard and need the extra money, if that $20 gonna help them, then you know, let it be. If they're gonna go and smoke it out or drink it out, then you know what, karma's on them. That's all. So when we give with good intent. Hopefully that it's going to good cause, good use. If it's not, the karma's on them. So that's all I have to share with you. Because I travel, you know, here and there, so I've been through a little bit, and to have a smooth sailing, and we have to do certain way. We have this and that to not to swim upstream. You have to swim downstream. If the water flow downward, then we parallel. Okay, don't upstream it, because if upstream it, then you never know what the consequence is gonna come. So I know we have to deal with that. Like I said, $10, $20, no big deal. Go enjoy it and leave the hell of me alone. That's it. People say, oh, don't do that, that's wrong. You know what? For my own safety, I don't give a shit. You can do whatever, because that's how I learned too. Because on the way to Ho Chi Minh airport, you go through the custom again. You know, they check the luggages. They not just check. You know, they like empty your. This is, I don't know. They still do that. They just like unzip the valise, the back, the what do you call it, the travel bag, and then like, for what? You know, what are you looking for? And then at the time, if you bring videos, they check your videos. If it's anything that, they will remove your videos, they will remove the picture, they will remove stuff that we cannot take out from the country. That was kind of strict, because I know that I have a lot of family videos that they took because they thought that I would record it or report it, record a report. So they took it from me, and they took a lot of things from me. You know, I just like, okay, it go through the custom. They don't let you see it. You know, I just know that when I got home, what thing missing. You know, so that's how I know too, because the check-in, you don't see the check-in, what they do with your check-in, right? So a lot of stuff was stolen. I remember that my family gave me some valuable items before I left, and when I got home, it was not there. So a few things was missing. I don't know whether the custom taken or just people stealing it. You know, I mean, I didn't think of it anymore. So you know, so I'm glad I didn't have to travel as much. I hope that everything changed. It's been over 30 years, so I hope that it changed. It's safe to not, you know, to travel and not have to worry about luggages being open and item being stolen. And not just in the country, you know, I mean, America, you know, they don't steal, but then they like, you know, toss your luggage over in the air. And I remember when I made 2 trips, when I came back, my luggage is undispensable. The wheels are gone, the wheels are crooked, the wheels are broken. At one time, when I traveled with my dad, my dad's wheelchair didn't open up, because they had damaged it. They had put my dad's wheelchair on the bottom of the luggage. I can't remember, it was one of the flight. I know it, but I'm not gonna mention. But so when my dad need to be picked up, we cannot open the wheelchair. The wheelchair stuck. So the manager came and they apologized. So they sent one of the used uh, wheelchair to bring home, but then they were generous enough to replace a brand new wheelchair without me throwing fists with them. That was really nice, for them. They know that they violated disability right, so they got their ass cleaned up so quick, before I said, wow, okay, it worked. So they said, do not worry, okay, I'll make claim for you right now. Within 2 weeks, you can pick up a new wheelchair. So yeah, so okay, that was respectful. So I have two wheelchair, one that they dispense at the airport, and the brand new one that I pick up from the medical supply store. So when I travel with my dad, because when my dad was still alive and my dad was on wheelchair, so I always taking him around with me just to allow him to have a pleasure of living life. Same thing with my mom. We travel a lot together. I took her to Thailand and she had that amazing experience. So yeah, so I told my family that I retire early. I want to be able to enjoy. I don't want to be at 90 years old and too old to travel, too old to do anything. I want to be able to enjoy it. It's not a whole lot, but I enjoyed it. So I consider that we enjoy it early and don't work too hard and forget to enjoy the money that you earn now before you have to leave too much for people that won't appreciate it. If you got a chance to spend it, enjoy it. That's all I can tell you. Yes, I enjoyed it. Every month I enjoyed it. I like to travel. I've been to Cambodia 4 or 5 times. I went to Thailand my second trip, and I went to Vietnam 4 times, and I love it. So traveling, I didn't travel a whole lot, but in the United States between East Coast and here, I do a few times per year, which is it's beautiful because I have my family live on East Coast, so back and forth to see my grandkids and my kids. So it's always been my my pleasure to be able to travel and just to spend time with family. All right, well, the night is late, and just I said, this is gonna be my drink, okay? I did just tea and the glass jelly. Well, this one is a little complicated. It has young coconut and toddy palm jelly, a little bit coconut milk beverages, and green and jasmine tea. So this one right here, everything in it save for the iced tea. This is for me because I'm a caffeine sensitive person. So this one right here, just a green jasmine tea with honey, honey and the glass jelly. Okay, so I can turn this into 3 drink here. And in fact, you can make dessert out of this. I saw people serve it with the coconut milk. It's serviceable. Okay. All right, you cool? This is for me. I want to put it in the fridge, so I'll be enjoy it tomorrow. This one, I don't know if he's gonna like it. He may try this because just the tea and the solution. This one right here, I'm not sure. I might have to find someone who's gonna be my guinea pig. I was a guinea pig already. I sampled it. It's pretty good. Say for that it had caffeine in it, I can't really enjoy. Well, I can do in the morning and see maybe half of it, and hopefully that the caffeine will worn out by bedtime and be able to sleep. Okay. All right. Well, happy Sunday. It's Monday now. Okay, where you at? Send love, respect. Thank you for the heart. Oh, man, I didn't realize I had like over 3,500K. Thank you so much, and I know that thumb, you put that thumb to work. I appreciate that. Thank you for being so kind and supportive. Thank you so much. Okay, if you already subscribed to my YouTube or follow me on my TikTok, I always go back and do the same common courtesy. I appreciate you. I appreciate your support. You are my tremendous support. With that kindness, I'll take in here. Good night and good morning.